Good afternoon, YouTube. AKIRA 2805. Guess what? 5 days will have passed. Questions have been asked. It's time to give the answers. Okay, hopefully this won't take too long. I got a lot of questions here, about from 36 people. I've reviewed some of this, and some of them, well, some of the people, some of y'all pretty much asked some of the same question. So if I come across a question that I've already answered to, I'll just skip that. That's okay with y'all? Alright, here we go. Enjoy. Wow. Okay, from Jalen Jones. Question 1. What would be your top 5 decks of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? To be honest, I have not watched any full episode of 5Ds. My knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh! Series only goes as far as GX. But I have played, some of the games revolving around the 5Ds era. Yeah, sound like Ben Stein there for a second, didn't I? Yeah. Try to put some more, emotion into this, shall we? Not so loud either. Let's see. Well, I've always liked the Jack Atlas deck. The Nordic deck was pretty good. Rose's deck is pretty good. Excuse me. Black Rose deck is pretty good. That's pretty much all I know. Sorry. Like I said, my knowledge of actually, watching the series of 5Ds is extremely limited. Okay, question 2. How would you rate Beazle? That's that new dragon, Synchro Dragon from the new Premium Gold Pack series. How would you rate that dragon from a 1 to 10 in a Blackwing deck? I'd give it a solid 9. Okay, next we have Twisted Metal God of War. I love that name, by the way. It's pretty badass. Question 1. Would you play Dark Worlds if they got their own Infernity Archfiend? Never very much liked the Dark Worlds. I tried my hand at them one time. Didn't like it. Sorry. Question 2. Would I play Cyber Dragons if Cyber Dragon was at 1 or banned? No. That would screw up so much of the deck. I mean, banning it's one thing, but putting Cyber Dragon at 1, that would kill so much of the deck. So, no. I'd be pissed though, but no. Okay, next we have Alex Ernest. What Mega Man game was, what Mega Man game was your favorite and why? Mega Man 8. Why? Because it's the only Mega Man game I've ever played. Whew, that's a first. Hello. Now, if you would have asked me what Mega Man X game I would have liked, excuse me, if, God, I'm messing this all up today. Okay. If you would have asked me what my favorite Mega Man X game was, X4. Why? You get to play as Zero from start to finish. Zero is the first character I played in the X4. I'm like, Zero first, then came X. Question 2. What are my thoughts on pendulum summons? To be honest, I really know nothing about it. I've not really gathered enough information to make any kind of judgment on the pendulum summons. Okay, next we got JDub. JDub Area. What are my top 3 animes? It's kind of hard to answer because I have a lot of them. Dating back to the early 2000s. I'll just give you 3 off the top of my head, that I really, really like. Initial D, The Slayers, and G Gundam. Yes. Actually, G Gundam was probably one of my favorite Gundam series of all time. And that was your only question. Okay. Okay, if you think of one later, just ask me. I'll put it in the comments below. Anyway. Okay, next we have Gabby Tuck. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What is my strongest deck in Yu-Gi-Oh? Or excuse me, what is my strongest Yu-Gi-Oh deck? And can you tell me the deck list and why? It's a clash between my Harpy deck and my Spellbook deck. It's a clash between those two. It's yeah, kind of well balanced right there. And I've done a review on both of those decks. You can find them on my page. Okay. Next we have Connor Richmond. What is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card that I use in my deck? Well, I do have a signature trap card on Compulsory Evacuation Device. I'd have to go with that one. Oh. Now this one I'm not quite sure of. Which PF your decks, excuse me, which PF your Yu-Gi-Oh decks is your best? I think you might have to retype that. I'm not sure what PF means at this moment. So I'm just going to have to skip over that one. I'm sorry. PF. I've tried giving that so much thought over the past couple of days, and yeah, I really should have asked you first. I'm sorry, Connor Richmond. Very sorry. Okay, next we have Ezra with 2 A's. What language would you like to speak except for English? Japanese, naturally. Surface 47. Question 1. Do I play on Dueling Network? Yes, but very rarely. I rarely have the time anymore. My username is my same exact name on YouTube, AKIRA 2805. If I'm ever on there, just look me up. I'll be happy to duel you. Okay, question 2. What are your other hobbies besides collecting figures and Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I like to go shooting every now and again. I do have a couple of weapons or guns and all that. Well, I like bowling if I can ever get someone to go with me. I like to play putt-putt if I could ever get someone to go with me. It's very hard to get people to go with me, you know, to do outside stuff, you know. It's very hard. Well, my hobbies include model building. That's part of my collecting figures, but I like building models. As you can see, I got quite an extensive collection of Gundam and Zoid models here. Music, TV, movies, you name it. That's pretty much it. Pretty much sums me up right there. Okay, Game Creator 916. Can you start doing top 5 videos for Power Rangers, Megazords, intros, morph, etc.? And besides Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, what is your favorite Power Ranger series and why? Question 1. Regarding the top 5 videos for Rangers, Megazords, and intros and morphs, there's too many of those right now on YouTube, and really, I don't think that's necessary, you know, from me. I'll stick to what I do best: Yu-Gi-Oh and action figures. Sorry. What's my favorite Ranger series and why? To be honest, I liked Power Rangers Zeo. Why? Gold Ranger. Jason, man. Yeah. Jason came back. Yes. And we still had Tommy around that era. Yes. So, yeah. Tommy and Jason, awesome. Okay, I got one from Edward Stevens. What is your favorite deck of all time? Well, out of the decks I've made, I'd have to go with my Elemental Hero deck. What deck are you currently using for today's format? Well, my Spellbook / Prophecy deck is my latest deck that I've made. And it still does pretty good. So I'm going to go with the Spellbook / Prophecy deck. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Heartburn already. Okay, we got one from Cad Layla, or Lala. What's your wife's ethnicity? Well, she's white, but that's what you mean. Caucasian. She's a blonde. I love blondes. And that was the only question. Okay. Kudos. Okay, the Party Trooper. What deck do you suggest for starters? That's easy. Cyber Dragon deck. Why? Because it's easy to use, it's not so difficult, and it's not hard to learn to make different variations of it. So yeah, Cyber Dragon deck because it's easy to use, in my opinion. Okay, Irish Mclovin 1. Question 1. What are your thoughts on the pendulum summing? I've already answered that. And will I be trying out at all? Like I said, I'd have to get more information on it to actually want to do it with my decks. So we'll skip that one since I've already answered it. Second question, if you are willing to answer and it's not too personal, can you explain your slight stuttering? No, you did not offend me. That's not too personal. Yes, I do have a minor case of the stuttering. Yes. However, as you can tell, it's a very minor thing with me. I mean, it hardly even affects me at all. So that's okay. Yes, people, I do stutter a little bit. But trust me, there are people out there with much worse cases than me. It takes them a minute just to get out a single sentence. Me? To be honest, all I gotta do is think about what I want to say and take deep breaths, and then it'll all come out. So we're good on that one. Okay, we got one from that guy likes that. Excuse me, that guy that likes Yu-Gi-Oh. Can you start doing more? Can you start doing more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, decks / series / etc.? Well, I do them, frankly, I do them whenever I can. I got a baby, and that's a full-time job. And also, yeah, my full-time job is a full-time job. So between those two, it's a little hard to make videos like I used to. But don't worry, they will keep coming, trust me. And second question, what are the chances of me or any YouTuber, for that matter, becoming friends or even acquaintances via YouTube and discussing different sets, decks, etc.? To be honest, I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, if you want to discuss things with me, just message me. I'll get right back to you. So we're good on that one. Spaceboy 26. What is your favorite Pokemon? My knowledge of Pokemon is very limited. I stopped watching. Excuse me. My knowledge of that goes as far as when there were still only 101 Pokemon. However, I did have a thing for Flareon back then. So yeah, I'll have to go with Flareon. Second question. If you could bring any other animated character into a Yu-Gi-Oh, into a card of Yu-Gi-Oh, what would it be? be honest, I'd have to say bring Dante from Devil May Cry into the mix. Or his brother Virgil. How badass would that be? Ugh, okay, foot's gone now. Oh my goodness. Woo! Wake up. Okay. Just going to spell this out. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. First word is the, and then it's ALDSF. Aldisf. Anyway. What would you do if you become Seto Kaiba in real life, or, excuse me, rewind. What would you do if you could, excuse me, God, I keep messing this up. What would you do if you could become Seto Kaiba in real life for a day? Well, if I had his money, I'd go off and buy a lot of things. It's the only thing I can think of right now. Okay, do I play in Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments or just like to collect the cards? Tournaments around here only occur on the weekends, and the weekends are hard to get off. But I have had my share of low level and local tournaments. So, yeah. True Ghost Assassin. Where do you personally go to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Local card shops. What other games do you like to play besides Yu-Gi-Oh? Xbox, Magic, D&D, etc.? Well, in here, I currently possess a Super Nintendo, Sega Dreamcast, a PS1, and a PS2. In the main living room, I own a PS4, PS3, a Wii, and somewhere around here, I own a PSP and a Nintendo DS. The flip-up one. So yes, I like to play other games. If you're referring to card games, I like to play Uno. Who doesn't? Okay, Carlos Medina. Hey Akira, big fan of yours, of all the decks you have built. Which is your favorite one? I'd have to go with my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. I've been waiting so long to build one. And when Blue Eyes was mixed with a Chaos Dragon build back then, I absolutely loved it. And I still do, actually. So yes, Blue Eyes White Dragon deck is one of my favorite decks of all time. Okay, how many years have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I'd say 13 years. Yeah. So, yeah, 13 years on that one. Okay, we got one from Brandon Vo. Would you ever play a deck and cheat to win? No. Look into my eyes. No. In your opinion, which... Oh, there we go, I got it. No, wait, wrong guy, sorry. Would you ever steal a card or deck from someone? Again, no. I would disgrace the game if I ever even had thoughts about doing that. I don't mess with other people's stuff. I don't touch it. I don't mess with it. Sure as hell, I'm not going to steal it. Or cheat to win. It's just a card game. Okay, we got one from Bigleon 911. Who or what introduced me to Yu-Gi-Oh? My younger brothers. I have them to thank for it. Alright, we got two from the awesomely epic bros. Which is the best Egyptian god card in your eyes? I like Slifer a lot, but I'd have to go with Obelisk. In your opinion, which deck that you have made is the best? That's a tough one. I've made so many, and every one of them are, pretty well balanced in the field of strength, speed, endurance, and all the other good stuff. I'd have to go again with my Harpy deck. That deck is very devastating, in my opinion. I mean, pretty much for a deck I build that can do anything with any hand at any given time, that's a good deck right there. So again, Harpy deck. Excuse me. Okay, we have one from Italy Tiger 29. What is your son's name? Jace. Jace. Parker. Jace Parker. And who is my favorite singer? That's a little hard. My favorite band is AC/DC, if that answers your question, in a sense. All right. Okay, we got one from Knucklebuster Kid. Hello there, my friend. What do you think of Jason, the original Red Ranger? Loved him. Good Ranger. Good man. And question 2. What do I think is stronger, Goku or Superman? If you're referring to the death battle from Goku versus Superman, I'd have to go with Goku still, because they keep changing Superman's abilities, strengths, weaknesses, and there's just so many versions of Superman. It's not even funny. But Goku, there's only one version of Goku, and nothing is kept secret about him. Superman, there's just so many different things he can do that is added on throughout different DC comic eras, or what's the word I'm looking for? The multiverses. There's just so many different versions of Superman. In my opinion, I'd go with Goku. I like Superman, but no one can compete with Goku. I'm sorry. I mean, once Goku's get serious, goes to Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan 4, whichever version you want, there's no stopping him. Okay, Phil's got them again. Hello. Okay, we got 2 from Brandon Scott. What would happen if Chaos Emperor Dragon became tournament legal? What decks would change, and what cards would help it? Oh, excuse me, would it help? To be honest, nothing would change. I mean, that card's no different than any other card. Its summon can be negated. Its effects can be negated. There's just so many different ways you can deal with a monster that vanishes from the grave. Imperial Iron Wall? Sorry. Necro Valley? Sorry. Can't banish cards from the grave. Sorry. So yeah, Chaos Emperor Dragon is no threat to anyone these days. There's just so much that can stop it, and it's not even funny. Question 2. Could I make a deck review of a Rescue Rabbit Red Eyes Black Dragon deck? Never gave it much thought, so no. To keep that simple, no. Okay, we got one from Ezra Titsworth. Have you seen the anime Attack on Titan? Yes. Also, what is your... What is my Yu-Gi-Oh deck of all time? I'm assuming you mean my favorite. I have to go with the Blue Eyes deck again. And Anthony Carter, you asked the same question. What was your... Oh, no, I'm sorry, you didn't. I'm sorry, my bad. What was your first Yu-Gi-Oh deck and why? My first deck was a Dark Magician deck. Why? I love Dark Magician. And when other cards came out for it, Magician's Valkyria, Dark Magician Girl, Chaos Sorcerer, Magician of Black Chaos, what was that other one? Oh, God, shame on me for forgetting this. I love that card. It was the one he used in the movie. I'm sorry, I cannot remember. Oh, my God. Yeah, Area. Sorcerer of Dark Magic. There you go. I knew I'd remember it. I just love the Magician's deck, and it worked well for me so many years in real life and in the games. I love that deck. Brett Crocker, or excuse me, or Crocker, whichever you prefer. Okay, we're on 4 minutes. That can't be right. Anyway. Okay, I've only got 5 minutes left on this thing. I gotta hurry this up. Sorry. Yeah. Brett Crocker. What is your biggest adventure? Don't really have one planned. But I have to say one of my biggest adventures from the past was actually going up into the sky for the first time by way of a one-engine plane when I was only 5 years old. I enjoyed that. Okay, we got Musi Pwns. That's M-U-S-E-P-W-N-Z. What do I do for a living? I work as a produce associate in Walmart. And what is your favorite music genre? I prefer rock and roll. I really like the 90s. Karn, we got one from Karn, The Betrayer 97. Have you ever played Monster Hunter or something similar? No, I never heard of it actually. And last one, I think that's the last, yep, that's the last one. Okay, a good timing on that. Oblivion Kisame, that's a good name. If you ever had a chance to buy a match winner card, would you? Not really. I have the Victory Dragon, but any other card, not really. They're, I mean, for one thing, I hear they're rather expensive. But yeah, Victory Dragon is good enough for me. If you could be a Power Ranger, what color and generation would you want to be? I'd have to go with Black Ranger. Season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Or Season 3. Whichever season Adam came into the mix. I would like to take his place. You know, as far as having all of his skills and abilities and, you know, Black Ranger powers. Awesome. Okay, that's it, people. Let's end this. Woo! Leg is still numb. I'm hungry. I only got 2 minutes left on this thing. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Can't say I'll do it again anytime soon, but like I said, hope you enjoyed it. Hope that answers all your questions. So yeah, okay. So thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And with that, I'm gonna call it a night. So until next time, this is AKIRA 2805 signing off, and thanks for watching.